people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the preview for Dinamo Zagreb versus Chelsea. Now listen, let's get straight into it. Let's not waste any time. For me, we have to be completely honest. We should be winning this game and winning it comfortably, but we don't know exactly what team we're going to put out, so we're going to get into that immediately and get straight into it. Make sure you smash up the likes, get into the comments, and we're not far from 29k. Maybe we've even already hit it. I want to go straight in, right, and say obviously team news wise, there's no Kante and there's no Thiago Silva. I'm delighted to hear about Silva because we know he's being rested. He's way overplayed. He's played literally all of our games so far, and we know he's getting on in age. We need to look after him a lot better than we do. Now, when it comes down to the team selection, I'm actually taking a little bit of inspo from a defeat. I know against Southampton we played a 4-2-2-2, and I feel like the first 20-25 minutes we absolutely blitzed it. We were playing good football. Ziyech was getting the ball out of his feet, switching play. It was expansive, it was attacking. But then we saw the frailties of playing that way with the lack of security that we have defensively and in terms of the midfield. Now, we were done on transitions. Now, against Dinamo Zagreb, no disrespect, but we should be winning this game and comfortably. I want to see more players forward, and Zakaria is the key. For me, he goes straight into the 11, into my team, and I'm pairing him up with Mateo Kovacic. For me, this is a very important pivot to test out in this game and to see how it works and to start building some sort of relationship. And let's see, Zakaria's got a massive frame. We saw in the images in training, the guy is absolutely huge. He makes Broja look like a baby. The guy is massive. Now, let's hope he's also press resistant. How much are Dinamo Zagreb really going to come out and press us? How much are they really going to come out and try to, put players in difficult scenarios and positions and build up? We'll have to see. We don't know how negative or how defensive they're going to be as of yet, but they should be, if the game plan is smart from them, going defensive and trying to keep it tight in terms of low blocks and minimal spaces, because that's what we struggle against, as we saw against West Ham when they parked the bus. Now, yeah, like I said, Zakaria and Kovacic, I want to see how that works. Jorginho, take him out, give him that break. Again, when he came on against West Ham, he had a few moments, turned over the ball and wasn't quick getting back, so not looking great from him. I want to see what Zakaria can do. For me personally, as much as I've defended and given Jorginho so much praise and flowers over the years in terms of what he has done, his build-up play for us, all of these things, I do think, for me, I wouldn't offer him a new contract this season. I would not give him a new contract. I think it should expire. I've seen talks about a new contract. For me, this is the perfect time to end it and bring in a new midfielder and start to restructure his team. It's a part of the pitch that has had very minimal funding over the years. We missed out on Tchouaméni last summer. We need to make sure that this midfield is revamped and replenished and rejuvenated. And Alvarez is still linked with Chelsea in January, despite the deadline day, a failed move. He's still linked. So clearly we're still looking at this part of the pitch as an issue. And also on top of that, before I move on, it was said that his inability to deal with transitions was noted by the hierarchy against Southampton. So even though they weren't in attendance, so just bear this all in mind. Like I said, Zakaria and Kova in my double pivot in the 4-2-2-2. The back four, no, I'm doing it. It's a crazy order, but I'm going with Chilwell. I think he deserves it after the impact that he made against West Ham. Cucurella sits this one out. For me, at right back, Reece James. I know I want to see, again, more performances from them two going forward, giving us that volume in the crossing. I want to see it. And then in the centre-back positions, Koulibaly and Fofana. Another partnership that I think we really need to get good and solid. Experienced youth, quality with quality. I want to see a relationship struck, because when Silva needs resting or when we want to move to a 4, these two are the first choices there. And then obviously you have Trevor and you have other options there to fill in. But these are the first two choices. So again, I'm looking for those partnerships. We know the fullbacks, they've got a good chemistry. They know what they're doing. The pivot and the centre-backs, I want to see those two partnerships. This is an opportunity in this game. Even though it's the first game we have to win, first game week of the Champions League, opportunity to establish partnerships, relationships, chemistries, and establish hierarchy, leadership, all these things between these pairings. Koulibaly is obviously going to be the clear leader to Fofana, and in the midfield, it's anybody's guess. Give it a go. In goal, I'm going with Kepa. I do feel like Mendy needs that rest now mentally. Just give him that rest. Maybe he can come in against Fulham on Saturday there against them in Craven Cottage. But for me, let him have this rest. Kepa starts. Opportunity for him to prove himself. He should be more than motivated to come in here and try and showcase why he should be the starter. Mendy had a little bit of an iffy weekend, in my opinion. And he's had a couple of games where it's been a bit ropey. So I think this is an opportunity you know, you got to play players on merit and you got to take them out when they're out of form. Mount got taken out, Havertz got taken out. Havertz responded with a goal. Take Mendy out, maybe he responds with a clean sheet and a really good performance against Fulham. But easy on the Mendy slander, because for me, we are defensively, it's a unit. It's not one man, it is a unit. But he is a very important man in that unit and he instills confidence into the back line. So he has got to be taken out for me. Bring Kepa in. He should be able to do the job in this team. So Kepa, we're going with Chilwell, we're going with Koulibaly, we're going with Fofana, we're going with James, we're going with Zachariah, we're going with Kovacic. And then in the two ahead, I want to go Sterling and I want to go Ziyech. Hear me out. They can both go out wide. So they can go to the touchline if they wish, and they can operate in a 4-4-2 in terms of just a straight 4-4-2 with those two operating on the flanks. But they can also come inside and get in those half spaces and again, try to find those balls. You know, Sterling's going to get into the half spaces, a good touch. He's very good with taking the ball in tight spaces under pressure. Obviously, from his days at Manchester City, we need more players that are willing to do that. But you might even see a little bit of a lopsided situation. And what I mean by that is that it's not going to be symmetrical. Sterling could be quite inside because, like I said, he's comfortable taking the ball in those pockets with Chilwell overlapping him massively down that left-hand side and looking to get really far forward with the energy. And then you could see Ziyech pull out really, really wide on that touchline like we saw against Southampton, and Reece James maybe inverting, because obviously we know he's very good in those central areas and he could actually help the team on transition. If we were to be caught in transition and Kovac and Zachariah wasn't enough, Reece James could come in there as well and act as a 5, you know, some sort of Koulibaly, Fofana, James, Zachariah and Kovacic to deal with those transitions. Ziyech on the really, really far right-hand side, looking for those switches to Chilwell, who will be making those runs, looking to punch that ball into Sterling in those half spaces and into Kai in those half spaces as well when he drops in. And then for me, Kai, I'm keeping him in the team and I'm going with Broja as well. I want to see Broja rewarded for the form. He came on against Southampton despite the defeat, looked really good. Then he came on at the weekend and he was involved in the goal, looked really good. He's that presence. He gives us something in the box. We know when we cross the ball via Reece James or Ziyech, we know Broja is going to be in the box. But he's also showing immense composure in tight spaces against that low block at the weekend. So he's looking good. His decision making is looking clear. I think he deserves it. And Havertz, again, scored the goal. I think he's another player that I want to see in the box. I've complained about it so many times. I'm seeing in past Chelsea games, Kante is the one in the box trying to win headers. We have Sterling in the box trying to win headers when we cross high. Sterling at the back post for those tap-ins at the back post, great. Chilwell, back post as well, or even making those inverted runs for the shots, great. But in terms of aerial, I want to see Kai and Broja. So Kai can arrive unmarked, hopefully sneaking in as a ghost, with Broja being the main man that they focus on as a number 9, and hopefully we get goals from those two. I want to see Kai go back-to-back 2 goals in 2 games. I want to see Broja get on the score sheet, and I want to see that chance creation with Sterling and Ziyech. So that is my team. It is flexible. Havertz can drop into the 10 when Ziyech goes to the right. It could easily become a 4-2-3-1 with Broja up top, Kai in the 10, Sterling on the left, and Ziyech on the right. I want to see Kai in that 10. Freedom. You have the freedom now. You have the Odegaard role. You have the freedom, sir, to create opportunities, to get into the box and arrive and score. I want to see it all from you. So massive game for Kai. I want to see more creativity from him. I want to see more great 1-2s, link up play, composure, all of these things. Showcase it. You got a goal. That's your start. Go for it. Putting Aubameyang on the bench, surely because he's just coming in. He's had a bit of training with that face mask. Looks like he hopefully is ready. We've seen some images, but he can come off the bench. Absolutely no problem with it. My opinion is that if he comes off the bench and we have scored the goals that I expect us to score, 2-0 lead, Dinamo Zagreb could hopefully come out, and then there's loads of space in behind for Aubameyang to get his first goal for Chelsea. And like I said, he's going to be playing loads of games, come off the bench, new to the team, and hopefully come into a winning situation. Loads of other options as well. We know that we've got a fully fit team outside of obviously Silva being rested and left out, and of course Kante is injured, everybody else is available, so loads on the bench. And I just really wanted to just talk about the team and what I want to see from the team. I think, like I said before, we're in a mixture of trying to do a multitude of things. Against Southampton, we went more risky. We tried to get players in the half spaces. We tried to be more attacking, to be more on the front foot. Then we got killed in transition. Against West Ham, we looked a lot safer. We didn't want to take so many risks because we didn't want to get caught in transition, because we know West Ham are experts in that with the way that they have always tried to set up over the years. So we played a lot more safe. We didn't take so many risks with our passing. Because we don't have the quality to in terms of technical ability with those players that played in those half spaces, but also because we didn't want to get done on transition and we didn't want to concede goals. So it's a mixture of two things. Hopefully Zachariah gives a bit of bravery to the team in terms of trying those passes, but also we actually need to play the players that are technical enough to actually maybe execute those passes, and Ziyech would be one of those. He was one of our top chances creator last season. Sterling's doing really well at the start of the season, so there is optimism for me. And like I said, the likes of Mason Mount, the likes of Gallagher, you have to do more. You still need to come in and do much more. So for me, I tried Gallagher at the weekend. We tried Gallagher at the weekend. Tuchel tried him. It's not enough for me. I didn't see enough there, and I expect this team to be defensive again. So he goes to the bench. So does Mason Mount, and there's loads of other names on there as well that can come on and try and prove themselves. Let me know what you think of my team. Let me know your team. I want to know your team in the comments. List it out. I'm going to go back and forth. I want to get into tactical discussions. We don't know too much about Dinamo Zagreb, so we're not going to even try and lie. Just let me know your team. This is our game to win. It's our game to try and put together a nice, pleasing performance in terms of viewing. Let's actually see something nice. Big up your damn selves. Much love. Triple upload today. London Club's Carnage is dropping as well, okay? It is dropping at 1 o'clock premiere, and Battle of the North was last night. You need to put the subscription button on if you haven't, and you need to smash the notification bell, because I'm telling you, we are dropping uploads like mad, yeah? Sometimes you're getting double uploads. Even maybe now today a triple. Like I said, triple today with the review later. I am pumping out content, yeah? And I am pushing it. I'm not playing. Yeah, I'm pushing P, the play button app, not, yeah? And if you want to actually make it P, then you need to watch the content. So I'm done. But yeah, big up your damn selves in a bit, people. Peace.